As originally written in the first printing of Napalm Sticks to Kids, a group of Air Force and Army GIs assigned to the 1st Air Cav sat down one night in a hooch in Nam and wrote a poem. It expressed their bitterness about the things they had done and towards the military that had made them into murderers. They called the poem Napalm Sticks to Kids. Each line and verse of the poem depicts an actual event that at least one of the men participated in. Here is the poem as it is written. I will say there are some racial slurs in here. I will be reading them as they are written, because that is how the poem is written. This does not reflect my personal beliefs in any way. We shoot the sick, the young, the lame. We do our best to kill and maim, because the kills all count the same. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Flying low across the trees, pilots doing what they please, dropping frags on refugees. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Flying low and looking mean, see that family by the stream. Drop some nape, hear 'em scream. Napalm Sticks to Kids. A group of gooks in the grass, but all the fighting has long since passed. Crispy youngsters in a mass. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Drop some napalm on a barn. It won't do much harm. Just burn off a leg or an arm. Napalm Sticks to Kids. CIA with guns for hire. Mountain guards around a fire. Napalm makes that fire higher. Napalm Sticks to Kids. A baby sucking on his mother's tit. Children covering in a pit. Dow Chemicals doesn't give a shit. Napalm Sticks to Kids. 18 kids in a no-fire zone. Books under their arms as they going home. Last in line goes home alone. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Gather kids as you fly over town by tossing candy on the ground. Grease 'em when they gather round. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Ox cart rolling down the road. Peasants with a heavy load. They're all VC when the bombs explode. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Cobras flying in the sun. Killing gooks is macho fun. If one is pregnant, it's 2 for 1. Napalm Sticks to Kids. There's a gook down on her knees, launching some flechettes in the breeze. Her arms are nailed to the trees. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Blues out on road recon. See some children with their mom. What the hell? Let's drop the bomb. Napalm Sticks to Kids. They're in good shape for the shape they're in. But God, I wonder how they can win. With napalm rolling down their skin. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Now, this is the song.
We shoot the sick, the young, the lame. We do our best to kill and maim, because the kills all count the same. Napalm Sticks to Kids. Flying low across the trees, pilots doing what they please, dropping frags on refugees. Napalm Sticks to Kids. It made us feel so good inside when the strong men wept and the women cried, but what we really like is the children's pride. Napalm Sticks to Kids. See that family over there? Watch me get 'em with a pair. Blood and guts just everywhere. Napalm Sticks to Kids. CIA with guns for hire, mountain yards around a fire. Napalm makes that fire higher. Napalm Sticks to Kids.
This part of the song relates back to the CIA, who had guerrilla forces all over the country. The mountain guards around a fire, which some people keep mistaking and thinking it says mountain yards around a fire, but that's not the case. Mountain guard was a umbrella term for various indigenous groups in the highlands of central Vietnam.
Children sucking on a mother's tit, gooks down in a 50 pit. Dow Chemical doesn't give a shit.
This part of the song relates back to the Dow Chemical Company, which became the sole supplier of napalm for the United States during the Vietnam War. It shows that Dow Chemicals does not care if they are killing women and children or the enemy, because at the end of the day, they're making money regardless.
Napalm Sticks to Kids. Attack some kids when you go downtown by throwing some candy on the ground, and grease them when they gather around. Napalm sticks to kids. A squad of Kong in the grass, but all the fighting's long since past. Crispy critters in a mass. Napalm sticks to kids.
This portion of the song was altered slightly. In the original poem, it says crispy youngsters in a mass. However, in the song, you can hear them say crispy critters in a mass. As far as I can tell, crispy critters is a slang term used by medical personnel to describe burn victims, not only of napalm strikes, but also of burned out vehicles, flamethrowers, etc. Any sort of a burn victim was categorized as a crispy critter. As for crispy youngsters, I think that it's a more direct, I don't think that that's really a slang that was ever really used, but just a direct statement of what they saw and what they are talking about.
Loaches out to have a blast, drop some peat on kids in mass, send the remains to the chief of staff. Napalm sticks to kids. Ox carts rolling down the road, peasants with a heavy load. They're all DC when the bombs explode. Napalm sticks to kids. Shooting women, lots of fun. Try killing one that's pregnant, son. You'll get two for the price of one. Napalm sticks to kids. Flying low and feeling mean. See that family by the stream. Drop some napalm and hear 'em scream. Napalm sticks to kids. See that goop down on his knees, launch some fleshettes in the breeze, find his arms nailed to the trees, napalm sticks to kids.
I believe this portion of the song is in reference to the Beehive anti-personnel round, which was a round for the 105mm howitzer packed with flechettes. Flechettes are basically little metal darts, normally, from what I've seen, about 1 inch to 2 inches large. Apparently, it would eject about 8,000 flechettes at the enemies per round, I guess. However, I'm not 100% certain this is exactly what they're talking about, as flechettes during the First World War were dropped from planes. You'd have a bucket full of flechettes, you'd just grab them, drop them from a plane on the enemy trenches. It would not shock me for 1 minute if they did that during the Vietnam War with planes or helicopters flying over people and just dropping flechettes directly.
NVA are all hardcore, flechettes nailed to the jungle floor, throw them psyops out the door, napalm sticks to kids.
The United States used many psychological operations, or psyops, during the Vietnam War to try and demoralize and get the enemy to surrender early. Many, if not all, of these psyops did not work, however, or were, in general, a resounding failure.
18 kids in a no-fire zone, foots under arms and going home. Last in line goes home alone. Napalm sticks to kids. Chuck's in a sampan sitting in the stern, but he don't think his boat'll burn. Them fucking gooks will never learn. Napalm sticks to kids.
A sampan is a Vietnamese fishing boat normally used on rivers. They are characterized by being very long and narrow boats.
See the little kids jump and shout, drop some napalm without a doubt. Watch them try and put it out. Napalm sticks to kids. I've been around some things I've seen, but the people who are mighty mean, the goose you kill, they make you clean. Napalm sticks to kids. I've only seen it happen twice, but both times it was mighty nice, shooting peasants planting rice. Napalm sticks to kids. Napalm son is lots of fun, dropped from a bomb or shot from a gun. It gets the gooks when they're on the run. Napalm sticks to kids. Some people say it's not so neat to watch gooks burning in the street, but burned flesh smells mighty neat. Napalm sticks to kids. Gooks in the open making hay, but I can hear them gunships say, there'll be no chew hoys today. Napalm sticks to kids.
Chew hoy was a initiative by the South Vietnamese and American forces to try and muster up more defectors from the North. It did not really work too well. It said that 101,000 people defected, but it's also said that fewer than 22% of the 101,000 were genuine. Most of them were probably just there to hang out for a while before going back up north and continuing fighting.
Shoot civilians where they sit. Take some pictures as you split. All your life you'll remember it. Napalm sticks to kids.
This is a very self-explanatory line, but I don't think the people who really wrote it and made it truly realized how profound that statement is, as PTSD was not as widely known, talked about, and accepted as it is now. And I just feel as though that line, though it's very obvious and doesn't really need an explanation, is one of the most profound, long-lasting, and still very relevant lines in the entire song.
They's in good shape for the shape they's in, but there's no way that they can win with napalm rolling down their skin. Napalm sticks to kids.